Hey everyone, it's my birthday. February 4th. I'm 20 years old. What's up, everyone? This is Cassius Method, Trick Me Astrology Readings. And, it's 4:44 p.m. on February 4th. um, Today is a pretty cool solar return, except for the Mars square my sun. Because on this solar return, I'm going to describe the daily horoscope from the perspective of my solar return, just because I feel like doing that. So, today, the sun is in the heart of Aquarius, exactly my feel. Mercury is exactly where my Mercury is in Capricorn, the exact same degree of Capricorn, too, actually, 20 degrees. So, Mercury is now a good distance off of square to Uranus in conjunction to Pluto, which is very important for making the mood better today. The moon is conjunct the galactic center in Quasar, and I think the galactic center is actually more intense right now because the dwarf planet Quasar, the dwarf planet that's closest to the ecliptic plane too, I believe it's a dwarf planet of balance. I truly do. I've met several people with their Mercury or their Sun conjunct the dwarf planet Quasar, and the thing that makes me believe that it might be one of the most noticeable dwarf planets is the fact that it's the closest to the ecliptic plane. So a conjunction to Quasar would truly activate it. It should, at least. And at least through its transit in Sagittarius, it appears to be a dwarf planet of balance. And people who have experienced Quasar crossing their suns or their planets in Sagittarius, the last 20 years, they appear to have been imbued with this kind of balancing and intensification of Sagittarius energy to wherever their planet is in Sagittarius, because I think it's kind of like a conductor for energy out in space. I think a planet, especially a rocky, all planets basically, I think the reason why it feels different in a different sign is because the light rays from that sign, that area of sky, area of the ecliptic plane, is beaming energy through the planets like a copper ball. So on my birthday today, I went outside and I stared at the sun at the exact time where it was at 15.33 degrees Aquarius, where my natal sun was. I stared at the sun, to the extent that I could without directly staring at the sun and obviously messing up my eyes. But I stared at the sun and had the sun rays sink into my skin with my shirt off and everything. I think it was pretty cool. So on my solar return today, the sun is sextile both Uranus and Aries and Saturn and Sagittarius, as Saturn is starting to trine Uranus. This is the strongest that Saturn will trine Uranus and Aries up until the end of this year, after Saturn retrogrades and then has that horrible square to Neptune and square to Jupiter in the great dissolving T-square of May and June. And let me tell you, man, May and June, we're getting destroyed. We're getting destroyed in May and June. This is a year of hard lesson. This is a year of dissolving. Neptune and Pisces are crazy, far out, spiritual, deep. Neptune in its own sign in Pisces clashing with Saturn and Sagittarius, solidifying and crystallizing Saturn, our philosophies, and search for something deeper, Sagittarius. So it's a clashing of solidification of our philosophies, Saturn and Sagittarius, and our ultra crazy, far out, loopy, deep, spiritual, extremely enlightened, but formless Neptune in its own sign in Pisces. And on top of all that, Jupiter in Virgo is clashing with both of those in a square to Saturn in opposition to Neptune, and Jupiter is beaming Virgo energy. So Jupiter is Sagittarius. It's the epitome of optimism, positivity, and all that stuff, but Virgo squares Sagittarius. And that's the dynamic of two squaring signs. When a planet is in the sign that its sign squares, as Virgo squares Jupiter's sign of Sagittarius, Jupiter, the planet of Sagittarius, is not very happy in Virgo. Virgo is a very cold, Capricorn-like, as an earth sign, refined librarian type, serious, logical, non-spiritual signs, the opposite of Pisces. Although Virgo and Pisces are an axis of dogmaticism, and therefore the entire axis of opposites, Virgo, logic, and Pisces, spirituality, they both square the free-flowing, non-dogmatic axis of Gemini and Sagittarius. So basically, it's a clash between, as we saw when Venus was in Sagittarius squaring Jupiter, we got a real dose of what Jupiter, being this serious non-Jupiter energy, does. Jupiter is a not very active place. Jupiter is in a real cold place right now. So even when aspects touch Jupiter in a positive way in the sky, like when Mercury first touched 22 degrees Capricorn and trined Jupiter in Virgo before retrograde, which is about to happen again on Friday, well, it's just not as positive as Jupiter aspects usually are. Like the Jupiter trine Uranus when Jupiter was in Leo, the positive time in June 2015, and the fiery positive Jupiter in Leo of August 2014. That's why that era was that positive and fiery and active and stuff. That's why every article I wrote during that period of time went viral. 10,000 views at least. So anyway, back to today. I'm blessed with a solar return that has Uranus sextile my sun, while Saturn is sextile my sun on the other side. So I've been experiencing Uranus sextile my sun in Aquarius, which is, my sign Aquarius is the sign of Uranus in the first place. So a dose of fiery Uranus in Aquarius to my sun in Aquarius has made me even more active at thinking, learning, reading, writing, passion for learning, which is the core of my being. So I've been blessed with Uranus in Aries sextile my sun for the last 2 years or so, and I felt it. I have felt it. It's coming to an end now, as this is the closest that Uranus will be to sextiling my sun for another 50 years or so. But now Saturn is starting to sextile my sun, but unfortunately, it's semi-squaring my Uranus in Aquarius while it's sextiling my sun in Aquarius. So I can feel Saturn actually kind of hitting my generation's Uranus conjunct Neptune in Capricorn and Aquarius. That's something real that's happening to the generation born in the 90s right now. You're getting a dose of cold boxing in Saturn to your node of ideology, Uranus, and spirituality inside your being. Uranus conjunct Neptune on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. So, well, rant over, I guess. Much love, peace. Thank you for all the amazing happy birthday wishes. I love all of you. Much love. Peace.